students, today we will be learning about BMR, also known as basal metabolic rate. So basal metabolic rate is the minimum amount of energy which is required by the body post absorptive state, that is after the absorption of carbohydrates and proteins has occurred in the body. It is the minimum amount of energy to perform the daily day-to-day activities like physical and mental activities. And the factors that affect the BMR are age. So as the age increases, BMR keeps on decreasing by 2%, but for in children it is more. And other factor is the sex. In male population, BMR is higher than female population by 5%. And the other factor is the surface area. So surface area is high in people with more height and more weight, so their BMR is relatively higher. And the other factor is the physical activity. So people like the athletes have more physical activity, so they need their diet is also, so their diet and their body also requires more BMR. Now hormones. In case of hyperthyroidism, that is increase in the thyroid hormones, then the BMR increases, but BMR decreases. In case of hypothyroidism, and increases in case of hyperthyroidism. Also it is the same for growth hormones and sex hormones, it is more in BMR. So we can say that for hormones it is normally BMR is directly proportional for other hormones, but in case of hypothyroidism there is less thyroid hormones, so BMR is also relatively less. In cold climate it also varies with the, so the other factor is the climate, so it is more in the cold region. And in case of starvation also it is directly proportional, so the other factor is starvation. Now in case of fever it increases by 1%. So in case of fever, like in diseases, it increases by 1%. So in case of fever it increases by 1%. Now comes the racial involvement. So it is higher for Eskimos. It is seen that racial population Eskimos have relatively high BMR. So that's all. Thank you.